Hello and welcome to my Lutterloh unboxing video and a very deep dive into what you're really getting with the Lutterloh book. So I have the box here. Let's go ahead and get into it. So inside the box is this box. On the back kind of has some examples of what the system is. So what you're getting, I should say I got the cheapest version, which is $150. And with that, you get 280 sewing patterns. So how the patterns look in the book, on the front page, you will see the dresses or whatever garment it is. And on the back page, you'll see the pattern of how you make it. With the $150 package, you also get the cardboard curved ruler, which I haven't used yet. I will be using it for my next project. And you get this DVD. I have not watched the DVD yet, but I'm going to take a guess that it is the same or similar to what you can find on their YouTube channel. So, I mean, it basically is the same picture and like he's doing the same thing that you would find on the YouTube video that I already watched. So I'm just going to put a guess out there. And I will say, if you're interested in Lutterloh, I'll link their YouTube channel below. That's where I got a lot of good information as to what is this thing? How does it work? How does it create patterns for garments that are sized to me? And I think they do a really great job of explaining that. So just a plug for that. And then this is like the system part. You have the special tape measure. The tape, I will say, don't use this tape. You buy painter's tape. If you're going to tape down your pattern, you also need corkboard. So put corkboard down, the tracing paper that you're going to use, the pattern, tape it down as lightly as possible with painter's tape, and then put the pin, and then you put the pin through the tape measure, and then put your pin in the pattern. You don't have to do it that way, but I tried using Scotch tape once, ripped the paper right apart, so won't be doing that again. I found that very lightly, very gently, using the painter's tape is a really good way to go. So like I said, you're getting the tape measure, the marker, the tape, which you may or may not use, and push pins. And it's in a plastic case. And I kind of just keep mine all together. I'm not a very organized person, and so this kind of helps keep it together. So I will confess, it's confession time. When I first heard about Lutterloh, I personally felt like there was so little information or reviews out there that I was skeptical. I didn't want to spend $150. So I did find one on eBay, and it was like $70. I bought that instead. I didn't realize that there's no original book. I've said that in a past video. There's no like one book that they have and sell. Like the book you get, if you were to buy the book in January, you're going to get more recent supplements all put together in one book, and I'll go into that deep dive soon. But the book I got, I don't know what year it's from. The patterns look very outdated, and I just thought that's how all the Lutterloh books were, and they just sold supplements, and that the fashion kind of just stays the same. Not true. They update the book to be more current with their most current supplements that you'll find on their website. So that being said, now that I know they have the private Facebook group that has a ton of people, thousands of people in it, people super willing to be helpful and answer questions. There is a blog that I'll link below of a lady who's been doing Lutterloh patterns for a long time. I found her stuff helpful as well. I do feel like you can be more confident than me purchasing it. It is expensive, but I'm really enjoying it. It goes with my personality and my style of sewing really well. But there are more resources out there than I was led to believe. So there's that. So this book is the book I just bought the first or second week of January. So I did a really deep dive because I wanted to know like what patterns do you get in this book. Like I said, had the wrong impression that they had one set of patterns, like maybe you're sewing staples or garments that never go out of fashion, or like a basic dress, a vest, or what have you. And like they have this set of staple patterns that they put in every book, and then you get updated stuff beyond that. It's not the case, not at all. So I did a deep dive, and I went ahead and looked online and numbered each page for the supplement. And so the book that I got in January, the supplements 305 to 311 are what came with the book I just got this January. I'd have to look at the website again to see if it specified that or not, but they're not in order, I don't think. So it starts with 310, goes to 306. Like they stay in order of like the supplement itself. Like when I had the old book, I went ahead and ordered supplement 310 on its own because I liked the patterns in that supplement. And I compared it to the beginning of the book, which is also 310, and it's all the same. So 310, 306, 308, 305, 311, like they all 40 patterns are together, but they're not in order. I don't know their reasoning or why they put what patterns where in the book. It's a binder that opens. You can rearrange it whatever way you want. I just found that interesting, and I always find it interesting, like people's thought processes behind their packaging and their business. So that's why I did the deep dive into that. I will give myself a little plug. This shirt that I'm wearing now is a shirt that I sewed myself, and I based it off of this pattern in supplement 310, which funny enough is the first page of the new book. I just didn't do the keyhole. I just kept it one solid piece. So yeah, I'll also link that video below if you're interested in my process of how I made this shirt. So my funny story about these patterns, and it might bring clarity to you as well. So on the website, it says each supplement comes with 40 patterns. I misread that as 40 pages. That is not the case. There are not 40 pages in a supplement. There are 16 pages in a supplement, but 40 patterns. So my funny story is when I misread that and I was trying to learn about Lutterloh and I was thinking it's 40 pages, I went on the website and I didn't see 40 pages on the website in their preview of the supplements. And I emailed customer service thinking that this is a really huge international company. For some reason, I just didn't know about it. And one of the Lutterlohs emailed me back I emailed them saying, hey, like your supplements say that there's 40 pages. I only see 10 or 16 or whatever. And they just emailed me back saying, no, they're all there. And it was signed one of the Lutterlohs. I'm like, excuse me? And so it's kind of a family-run business, which I didn't understand until I emailed customer service and got a response from one of the Lutterlohs. And so that floored me. I think that is kind of cool. I think it's really interesting that it's kind of has that small feel to it. I do wish that they would work on their website a little bit more, but that's my own gripe. But anyway, I just was floored by that. I was like, oh my God, one of the Lutterlohs emailed me back about my customer service question. And then I was like, but they're wrong. I don't see 40 pages on here. And then it eventually clicked with me. It's like, honey, it's not 40 pages, it's 40 patterns. As you can see, this page has 2 outfits. And let's see. There's 1, 2, 3 different patterns on this one page alone. So that's why there's not going to be 40 pages. Each page is going to have 2 to 3 patterns on it. So it is true. You're getting 40 patterns, but don't confuse that with 40 pages like me. And this is 280 patterns. I think 7 supplements total, the ones I listed off before. I don't know how many actual pages are in here. Certainly not 280. I have a few bookmarks. But, so yeah, that's my deep dive into the book itself. So let's talk money. So how much of a value is this? And so I went on to the Simplicity website to look at their patterns, like what's the average price of their patterns. And I saw for one packet pattern, which would most likely be like one dress, it's $4 on average, somewhere around $12 to $14. I think those are for like high demand or really popular or brand new patterns. But most of their patterns, when I looked, were $4. And so if you multiply 4 times 280, it's 1,122. So in US dollars. So spending $150 for something that could potentially be $1,120 value, I don't think it's bad. And for the supplements, let's see, 4 times 40 is $160, and you pay like $22.50 for a supplement. Granted, the supplements are going to have a lot of patterns you don't like, but still, that's not bad if you look at it mathematically. So I think a gripe I have about the way they sell the patterns is it would be really cool if somehow on their website you were able to choose 10 patterns for $15 and just do a direct download. I would love, love, love to see that on the website, because in the Facebook group, people have mentioned that. Like, it'd be so great just to buy one pattern at a time. And I can see where they want you to buy a whole supplement. They probably make more money that way. But if it's making money, I think it'd be really cool where you have to choose 10. And I think we could all choose 10 out of all the supplements they have listed and pay $15, which is still a great value for us. And still, I think, reasonable for them. And no one's paying shipping if it's a direct download. That's something that would be really cool that I would love to see. Another thing, a personal tangent of mine, is I've been watching the TV show Mad Men recently. And I'm really in love with all the 60s style dresses. And I know from the history, they have a history tab on their website where the Lutterloh system started in 1935. I forget the name of the woman who started it. You can look on their website, the history tab, to read about it. And so clearly they've had this company since the 1930s. I know they have supplements from the 1960s. When I searched on their website, I was not able to find it. And so the only place you can go is eBay. I don't want to spend, and on eBay, there are no supplements. It's the whole book. I don't want to spend $100+ on a whole book from the 1960s. I would love for the Lutterlohs, if you're watching this, just to re-release like from every decade, from the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 1 to 2 supplements from the whole decade if you want. And just promote it on the website or have a tab sewing through the decades and just let people pick these vintage patterns. Because in the supplements, they do pick out vintage patterns to put at the very back of the supplement. I found most of the time they're not my style or something I would choose to sew. And I get really excited to see what the vintage pattern is, and then ultimately usually very disappointed that it's something I would never find attractive. So that's a gripe. And I don't want, it's just like eBay's making the money that the Lutterlohs could make if you just re-released it on the website. And maybe it's on the website and I just didn't see it, but that's a problem. If it's there and I can't do a search on your website to find it, you need to update your website. So I'm venting because I love the system so much. I really don't ever want to sew another pattern in my life. I really enjoy sewing with the Lutterloh system. I just want to watch Mad Men and pick out a dress to sew and find it on the website and ship it to my house. And that's not been the case. And so that's my personal gripe. Another thing that I found cool.
So you can buy a 1-year subscription. If you were to buy all 4 supplements from 1 year as they came out on the website, I believe it'd be $90, or you can do the subscription and only pay $75. And it is nice that they've already listed what supplements you'll be receiving if you were to like purchase it today. And it supplements 319 to 322. And on the website, I believe the most current supplement they have is 318. And so it is nice so you can know with confidence you're getting supplements you haven't even seen yet. And so that's really nice. I think if you're someone who says a lot and you typically buy all the supplements anyway, this might be a good way to go.
So that is my deep dive into what you're really getting when you purchase the Lutterloh Golden Rule system. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any other questions about it, please put them in the comments below. Again, resources you have at your disposal if you do buy the Lutterloh system is the Facebook group, which I think is the best resource out there because there are thousands of people and a lot of them are ready to answer your questions, and a lot of them have already asked the same questions, so you can scroll through and find the answers there. There's also the blog I'll post below of the woman who has been sewing with Lutterloh for a long time. Also, I have my blog that I just associate with each video. So with this video, I'll post my blog below of the detail of the breakdown that I went through over this video. So yeah, it is a little pricey. Take that into consideration. Try to find whatever content is out there, whatever reviews you can find. The ones I initially found were all negative, and I don't think that was a good reflection. I think it also is dependent on your personality. If you really like traditional patterns, and like my mom has been sewing her whole life, she likes traditional patterns. They work really well for her. It's what she's used to. And she would never think to do the Lutterloh system. And that's fine. But if you're like me and you don't like traditional patterns, you like the idea of sewing for yourself or clothes fitted for your body based on your measurements, then I do think the leap is worth it. Don't hate me if you buy it and don't like it. It just went really well with my personality. And I will also say, the video that got me interested in this to begin with is from a channel called With Wendy. I will link that below as well. She compared this system to a blog post on getting the most fitted bodice she could. And that's where I initially found out about this product. So I'll link that below as well, just to help you make your decision if this is the right system for you or not. Again, I hope you liked the information. I hope you found it useful. And happy sewing to everyone, and I hope you have a great day. Oh wait, so to tell you about my next pattern, I plan on sewing a fleece jacket with this pattern here. It's from pattern 311. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a Lutterloh dedicated channel. That's what I'm sewing next, and I'll see you next time.